It's almost the same.
It's the same.
We like chocolate and beers.
But his wife's from Denmark. Oh, that's why.
Nice taste in women.
True that. So we will just ask everybody to write in English so everybody understands. Good. I'm getting messages here.
Du måste ju se den live.
Just det. Ja, om 3 minuter, men då kör vi live så kan du inte vara med.
Kan alle kigge med nu, eller?
Då ska vi se. Ja, vi har en streaker här bakom mig. Ja, där har vi that's son number 2. I'm having my whole family here so we get the viewer numbers up. Good. Let's see now. All right, I think we're about 2 minutes out. I think people are joining. Welcome, everybody. We will. I think we will start at 18:02 because people always try to get on there, as you know. There you go. There we have Miss Electra. Hello, Helena. Hello. So we're about a minute out. So I think we're going to do, we will do, let's see now. Where is Vegard? Hello from Supershot. Sky. Where is that? Where's Skydi? What Skydi? Where is that?
That's in Norway.
How do you pronounce it?
Skydi.
Skydi. Great.
Yeah, I guess.
Excellent. So we're 1 minute out, and I'm thinking we're gonna go Tom, we're gonna go Kim, we're gonna go Vigdis and Kirsi to present the clubs, and then we will start with the presentation for the Walle Chargers with Perttu, and then we'll introduce Bjørn. Okay.
What number was I?
You're after me. I will introduce you.
Fine.
Good. We'll see. It's popping up. Oh.
Everyone, please unmute when you're not on.
Yes, exactly. When you're not talking. When we go live here in 2 seconds. Let's see now. Good. Hello, Asbjørn. Hello, Annalena. And there's my son again. He got to stop spamming us. So I guess we're at 18:01, and we need to keep time. So I'll just start by saying welcome everybody to the broadcast. And if you would like to participate and to comment or ask questions, log into your YouTube or Google account. So let's see. We have Jonas here as well. Hello, Jonas. And we have Stein from Lillehammer. Hello, Stein. So we'll.
Thank you, Helena.
So yeah, my name is Tom Sjötun. I'm the president for Tesla Owners West Sweden, and this is a joint broadcast with Tesla Owners Denmark, Tesla Finland, and Tesla Owners Club Norway. And we will. I will present myself, and we will let everybody do that before we let Perttu go on here. And about 18:30, we will have TCF on here. He will talk about the Millenium Falcon. He will talk about new Teslas. And also we will do a Q&A with him, questions and answers. So if you have any questions for him, you can start asking them now, and we will add them to the broadcast when he gets on here. So, so Kim from Tesla Owners Denmark, please, would you like to present yourself?
I can do that, yeah. I am Kim Emax from Tesla Owners Denmark. Yeah. What can we say? 2020 has been a year dedicated to starting up the association in Denmark. We had to start new groups that wanted to work along with the Tesla Owners program. So 2020 has been a lot about that. And we started up in August. We were ready after done websites and all, and now we are up to 300 members now. So it's growing. It's really nice. We had a lot of work doing with this. I did some systems for members and for invoicing, payment, news, competition, referral system, member advantages, and we have now made a team that is only dedicated and focused on making new member deals, and that's really cool. We're up to 15 now, and one of these deals is now on the way to Norway and Sweden, and this is something I'm really excited about and looking forward to, that we in Scandinavia can actually work together and whatever good deals we have, pushing them abroad to the other clubs. That would be really, really cool to do that.
Excellent. Please, Kim, if you could in the chat, if you would write the address for your club's website or contact. And so great. Then we'll have Vigdis.
Yes, hello. My name is Vigdis. I am a vice president in Tesla Owners Club Norway. Our club has been going for a little bit longer than that. We have been going since 2014. So our members are a bit more than 6,000 members at the moment. I have the exact count. I didn't manage to check that before, but somewhere in the vicinity there. As Kim said, this year has been a bit different. Normally we would have had several activities this spring. I hope that we will be able to do some activities, driving activities, where we sit in our cars and drive together somewhere. We'll see about that, how it will open up when it comes some more days, hopefully. We also have, of course, many companies that we have as with a rebate program, where we strive to find those companies where the quality of what they deliver is good, and they can deliver also all throughout Norway. Norway is naturally quite long and wide, so it's not, we need several to be able to cover all of Norway. So that's companies all, like for instance car repair shops that we started to find a few, and I guess more will come there. Detailing shops, of course, and various other items for detailing and yeah, various things. We also have one employee that will answer member questions and help with whatever they have questions about, if they have any issues towards Tesla and things like that. You will be able to see all of that on the TOCN.no webpage under membership or medlemsfordeler. There's a long list there, at least, where you would find them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this. And Kirsi, you were the one that initiated this from the beginning. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening to all, and I'm Kirsi from Tesla, president of Tesla Owners Finland. I always forgot that because Kari has been so long time president, so I'm always the event coordinator. But welcome also from my behalf, and I hope we all enjoy this presentation and our first Nordic Club webinar. And we have about 1,500 members with WinCode and about 6,800 members in Facebook group. So we are growing fast. So that's all from my side.
That is excellent. Look at that. There you see Tesla Owners have 6,000 paying members. That is excellent.
Wow.
That is excellent. So that is magnificent. I can also add to my earlier presentation that we also have very many companies coming in doing retails, doing wraps. We also have Pirelli and Continental tires. We have 30% of those. So without further ado, I'm going to start the PowerPoint here, and we'll introduce Perttu from Walle Chargers. Would you like to introduce yourself while I'll put on the there you go, there's the PowerPoint. We're going live with that one. And you just tell me when you want me to change the slides, okay?
Yeah, sure. Good evening, everybody. My name is Perttu Immonen. Well, I'm basically a Tesla, let's call it Tesla enthusiast or Tesla Club Finland member. So been there since, I don't know, 2017, all kind of general interest towards electricity. So I think the Walle Chargers was probably one of those topics which just came by, and we've been using that for like 2 years now at house, or I don't know, whenever we go, it's just been on there on the back of the car. So if you go to a summer house or friend's house or whatever, and you have like 3-phase socket, then that's been there. And then actually quite many of those who have seen it have also kind of put that in on their house or summer cottage, just for sake of easiness, that you have like a cable always on hand. So it's different than the UMC, which we got with the car. So this is kind of used for more like long-term topic.
Good.
So yeah, I'm gonna put that also. Gonna be a bit small for me, but I have also my slide set here. So, so the first one is the 25 amps or 32 amps topic. So it's basically a converter with basically from three phases to single phase. So which is kind of interesting for like people that have like electric car which charges from one of those phases, and then transforms basically the all available current to let's say 6 kilovolts or 7.4 kilowatts. So let's see. I think we can probably go to the next one.
Again, okay.
Yeah. So we tried that one also, and it worked quite well with the earlier Jaguar, which has only one single phase, and then it was much better to try it out. But let's keep it on this slide now. Yeah. Right. So this one is actually the one that has been on the back of the car. So the white one, that was what we got like, I don't know, 2 years ago. And it's quite robust, actually. We had it on the winter tours. We use it in Lapland, in Sweden, and Finland. And it was just lying there on the ground with a lot of snow on it. And yeah, it's been working like a clock ever since. So it's been, I can tell you, it's in some conditions. So yeah, but it's there's actually a switch on the side which you don't have to adjust like from the car side. You can just, if there's not that heavy fuses available, you can push that, cut it down half, like 8 amps. So you can also use it on a very low, let's say low level electric grids that you don't need to worry too much. Yeah, everything is actually inside. It's like, I don't know what's the right word, casted on a protective. It's kind of some kind of you kind of dip all the electronics to some kind of I don't know, protective material that it covers everything, and you can actually dip the whole unit probably to water and doesn't do anything. So it's quite, I think it's IP4, as it says here, IP54. So it's pretty heavy stuff. The good thing in it is it also has the B-type RCD in it. So if you don't have that on the house, then don't need to invest, get it on with it. That was also quite convenient for us. Then it's included in there. And yeah, the charging cable is fixed. I think you can have it like 5 or 7 meters long. So it's also, if you have it doesn't really matter where you place it, you can get that quite well to the car. And also the holder for the cable, that's there also fixed. So yeah, that's where just conveniently put it. We have had the white one, but I think the black one is the most interesting one. That's the newer one. And we're actually probably going to get that one too, since it looks pretty neat on the wall, what I've seen. So yeah, it's with just one single black box and the LED light on the middle. That's also looks pretty awesome. If we go to the next one. So this is like the, you can put it on a post. So yeah, if you have like not wall with you, or that's just not other way handier to get the charger to your car. Depends, of course, from your yard or where you have your car parked. But this one also, for some summer cottages, this might be also working, that you can basically put the cable out and put it in the pole, and then this can stand there on the yard. So yeah, and of course for different apartment house parking lots or something like that, then it's also convenient to have this one on the pole. It's basically the same unit, but it's a different standing and fixing point. So right, if we go to the next one. So this is with the Tesla. This is actually quite. I think we're going to get this one with as a black. So there's the handle has the button for Tesla. So it opens basically the charger port. So I think that's one I love from the Tesla wall charger, that you can just push out, and then it's very easy to stop the charging. You don't have to, especially on the Model 3. It's just basically pushing the handle, and then just stops the charging. Don't have to get the phone out of the pocket. So I think this is a good one. So, and everything is manufactured in their own factory in Finland. So it's not like with some units that are just going, they're just providing that or buying stuff from from abroad. So, I mean, from like Chinese market, topics are getting more and more common. So this is pretty robust, heavy stuff, and it's not that costly also. So I think it's a good unit from like user perspective. Of course, there's other options, but I think this is the topic for today. So if we go to the next one, this is actually, I haven't seen, maybe somebody else has seen some other load management systems that's wireless, but I haven't. So this is actually quite new, and you can actually balance your load in the house based to the your household load and then the charging load. So you can dynamically adjust the power of the chargers, that if there's more electric use, especially for us, it's if you put the sauna on, which if you have like electric sauna, there you can put that on, then it also cuts down a little bit on the charging. So yeah, so that's from installation perspective also, it's quite easy since it's wireless. You don't have to pull any wires from the garage or yard to your main fuse boxes. So yeah, it operates by radio signal, and this one definitely goes to our house.
We have a question there, Perttu, from Hamid. Does the charger electrometer of usage?
If you go to the next slide, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this one is basically the same as the model we had like 2 years ago already, but this one with the M model. So you have there the digital meter for kilowatt hours, and as well with the dynamic load management. So this is the newer unit, and so that's pretty easy to read from the side, and then there's so maybe that answers the question. So
good.
Next slide, please. This is the last but not the least. So you have like for condominium use. So you have, this is for like where you can have different options in it. So there's the of course the already mentioned digital meter for kilowatt hours, load management. And then here is the also Shuko on the side, which is also so you can basically use both with the cable. So this you can just put it there. I'll leave it in, and then so you can put it on the pole or on the wall, and you can lock it in also that nobody cannot use it. So it's definitely a good one for those where there's a lot of cars on the parking lot, and then you have these for the electric cars dedicated, for example, for you only. That's the one you paid for it. That's the one you're going to use, and then you get all the topics in the same box. Basically, you get the load management, kilowatt hour meter, sugar plug-in, and then type 2 charging, all included. So this is kind of a all in one box. So there's different options to choose for. So I think the most interesting one for Tesla owners is, of course, with the Tesla handle, and then and of course the different meters for kilowatts and so on. So, but I think simple design, and we definitely have used it in different conditions. So you can just leave it on the yard and basically forget about it and just use it. So that's our experience on this one.
Good.
Yeah. Any other questions?
We'll open up for questions now, and one of the questions it's so easy. You don't need an electrician. You just put the 3-phase. You just put that in the socket. That is just amazing how easy it is to install, and you can bring it to wherever.
Yeah, exactly. It's a kind of a different approach than some of those like fixed installations. So even take it to your, well, I think one interesting point was with one of those cabin renting companies that was that you can actually, they say that they can have it on the front desk on the reception, and then for a fee you can just give that to the electric car family that rents the cabin, and then you can just plug it in there. They don't have to have it for all the cabins, but you can have like 5 or 10 on the reception and then take it with you. That's also an interesting point.
And I think the Tesla-Bjørn has also used it. So maybe Bjørn can say something about the Walle.
we will ask him in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll ask him in 2 minutes when we're done with you. And also, I talked to Timmy yesterday from your company, and he also said that he will try to do some kind of package where the 4 Tesla clubs here will get a discount on the Walle Chargers.
Right.
He says something in the region of 100% discount. Is that true? Can you confirm that?
I have no clue. I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah, okay, very good. So, and also, please, if you could right now in the chat put a link to the where you can read more about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Very good. So, thank you very much, Perttu. And now we will switch over to Bjørn. Hello, Bjørn. Welcome to the broadcast.
Hello. Yeah, thank you.
Hello. So, could we pop up with the first question here from Perttu? Have you tried the Walle charger, and what is your impressions of it?
Oh, okay. To me, well, I actually only have tested the Walle charger when we were at that the Finland event. So the problem is that I don't have any red plugs at home, and one thing I'm missing with the Walle charger is that it would be nice to have a Type 2 input, because then we can use it anywhere.
Yeah, there is actually a new model that was on the presentation, so there is now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they really listened to us, and they made that one.
Okay. So good. So we asked you, Bjørn, to come on here and talk about the Millenium Falcon, of course, the new Teslas, and then we'll end the broadcast here with some with a Q&A. But first, would you like to tell us about the Millenium Falcon, the epic, famous Tesla Model S?
Yes. So I'm actually sitting in it right now. It's just a coincidence, but this is where the whole channel started, with Millenium Falcon. Oh, I have to mute. Okay, there's some stuff going on. I'm actually also live streaming right now.
Oh, good. You're live streaming a live stream.
2013. Yes, that's great. It's like streamception here. But I bought it back in November, 22nd of November 2013, and I drove all over Norway. We had only 6 superchargers back then, and it did just fine. And then after 2.5 years roughly, I sold him, and then I had the Model X, and then after that one also the Model 3, and then recently, earlier this year, I bought him back. It was like a crazy idea to buy him back, and actually it turns out he was not in the best shape interior wise. It was kind of starting to tear down. The seats were dirty. The outside, it had lots of washing swirls and micro scratches and damages. So we have this company called Mr. Green, who wanted to support me and pay for the repairs and upgrades. So it's pretty cool, because it's like a project to bring back old car, or I want to show you that even an old car, if we just fix it a little bit, maintain it, it will run for a very long time. So Yeah, and right now I'm actually on a trip. It was supposed to be a 2,000-kilometer trip from Oslo to Arctic Circle and back again, but it turns out that seems to be a problem with the cooling, the cooling part of the battery, so it charges a little bit slower. So we go back. There's no point to risk it. So I'm going to get it checked next week.
Okay. So how many kilometers do you have on the Millenium Falcon right now?
It's almost 350,000.
And have you changed battery? Yeah, it's quite like it's like the amount for taxes maybe. What do you have you changed battery yet? What have you to change on it?
Yeah, the battery was changed already after 1 year, 86,000 kilometers. There was a well-known power switch failure on the old packs. So I got the slightly newer revision, and then that's the one I've been driving. So it has around 260,000 kilometers now on the new pack. Yeah.
Good. So Kim, you had a question there?
Yeah, just thinking maybe we should have some information on the Millenium Falcon, because I don't know a lot about it. So and I think there's a lot of viewers who doesn't. So can we know how old it is, what model it is, etc.?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry about that. So it is from 2013. It's one of the few first Model S's to Norway and Europe, and it's a model. It's a P85 rear-wheel drive. And what else? Yeah, pretty almost fully loaded with most equipment except for I mean the stuff with that has changed over the years. You know, Tesla always changes the configuration, but it's a very well equipped car, and it also works wonderful today. I mean, I've been driving it and charging it and overtaking without problems.
It's so heavy. We got some questions in advance here from our members. We have one from Lucas Lundqvist. He says, "What's the funniest trip you ever made with the Millenium Falcon?"
Oh, the funniest trip. I mean, I had lots of funny trips. I think actually the funniest trip was it was to North Cape in 2000 and I think it was 14. With my wife and I, we went to North Cape. That was a pretty awesome trip, and
How was charging back then? How was the charging situation?
Yeah, that's a good question, because back then we didn't have many chargers, superchargers. So the last supercharger was in Dombås, and that was only 20% of the trip. So the 80% of the remaining trip we had to live on. We even didn't have many Type 2 charging stations. So it was mainly on red and blue plugs most of the trip, and it required lots of planning. Fortunately, people helped me out. So without that one, it would be almost impossible to do it.
Wow, it is. So we have another question here from Johan Littbacka. He says, which of the traditional car manufacturers would you prefer to succeed, or do you think has the best possibility to succeed, and which do you see has fallen away, will not succeed, in your opinion?
Well, actually, there are many. Okay, until now, I would say that Kia and Hyundai, they are the best fitted to succeed. But recently, I have to say that Volkswagen with the MEB platform and all the other brands that uses the MEB platform has pretty good potential to also succeed. Okay. And then comes the brands that tends to fall behind. Well, Toyota maybe. I mean, they have a van that I haven't tested yet, the Pro Ace. It's actually somewhat popular around Oslo, but other than that, I feel like Toyota is falling behind the big brands, but we also have smaller brands that I guess people almost don't care about. So, but the big brands, Toyota.
Good. So I have a question here from Vovin Degial. He says, which of the electric cars you have not yet tried out are you most excited about? The ones that you not have driven yet. Which of the new ones are you most excited about?
Well, it is actually, well, you mean on the market or not on the market yet? Or
he didn't specify, so you can just say any.
Well, actually, it's the EQS, Mercedes EQS.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because
You have
it's
not-
just,
that's pretty close to market, yeah?
well, I don't know yet, but the videos I've seen, it looks really promising, and I like the tech. I mean, I saw MKBHD video. He explained some of the stuff, like when you want to adjust the mirror, even Tesla doesn't have it. When you want to adjust the side mirror, you just have to
Mm.
look at the mirror, and then you adjust it. And then you look at the other mirror, and you will adjust that one. That is magic. Tesla could implement it by using the front camera in the Model 3.
Yeah. Is it the EQC that has that what is like 49-inch screen? It's a screen from the is that the one?
Yeah, EQS, yeah, it has a big
Mm.
screen. Fine.
Yeah. Okay, good. So we have a question here from Michael Jensen. He says, Bjørn, do you think the upgrade from MCU1 to MCU2 is a good investment? You have done the conversion.
Oh yeah. So it costs around 16K, or at least in Norway, but it's definitely worth it because it feels like a new car, because you don't realize it, but the screen, the old screen felt so laggy. So you use it a lot for navigation, for charging, everything you do it in the screen. And just making it so snappy now with the maps, with everything, and also the new features like games and YouTube and whatever. It feels suddenly like this car is way more updated than before. So before I didn't really care about it, but then when I started using the MCU1, I was like, this is super sluggish and slow, and so it's definitely worth it. Yeah, especially if you have kids and you can play play games and sing karaoke.
I have one core of each, and it feels like when I get to the MCU1, it's like there's something wrong with this screen. What is wrong with this screen? I have to call Tesla. So okay, we have a question here from Vigdis about maintenance. What type of maintenance would you start doing now that you did not do before after visiting Bilexpert and Bosch Car Service?
Very good question. The kind of maintenance I can do myself is during winter, I should rinse the underside of the car more than I did before. I neglected rinsing the car, which is pure water because of the salt. I guess you guys also have that in Finland,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, in Sweden, yeah.
That will progress. But then also brake maintenance needs to be taken care of. And I think also some kind of general, and not only, some kind of, especially winter maintenance to check on I don't know, undercarriage plus brakes to see if everything is okay, so it doesn't fall apart. But also, I think that's the most important ones in winter. Yeah.
Okay, good. Kim, you had another question there?
Yes, I was just wondering regarding the Millenium Falcon, how is the charging now? If you come into supercharger with 20% on the battery, how many kilowatts do you get?
That is a very good question, because that's the facepalm part of Millenium Falcon, because Tesla, they have reduced the charging speed quite a lot. If you arrive at 20%, you will not get more than 100 kilowatt maybe. And then it throttles way earlier than before. So this is actually, I think, it's bad. Like it's so slow. It's way slower than before. So I have calculated this before, that you might lose as much as 10-15 minutes on each charging stop, and it makes long trips way slower than before. And I feel like the early adopters, people who supported Tesla in the early days, I feel like they are being treated bad because Tesla don't care about them anymore. They should do something, but they don't. Yeah.
Totally agree. But what do you say? Do you say if you have 20% of the battery, you still get 100 kilowatts? Because that's the performance I had before the ChargeGate.
Oh. Yeah, good name, ChargeGate. Yes, but now, the trip I was planning on going to the north, and the only way to go fast is to arrive with around 3 to 5%. You have to go deep discharge, and then you will get 110 kilowatt for a little while. And then it's kind of funny because you have to charge to only 35-40%, and then you have to charge more often. It shouldn't be like that, because for me, I can do it because I'm alone. But if I'm traveling with my wife, she'll be like, why do you stop so often?
Yeah, but it's also we could mention that regarding ChargeGate, that with the new software update you will get up to at least 130 when you charge on all the Teslas. It will come with the next software update, so it's not there yet, but it will, Kim.
On the old as well.
Yeah.
2016. I will.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but
really?
Denmark is first in the alphabet, but last when it comes to software update.
What software version is that?
Yeah, it's I'm not sure, but Elon said Denmark is low on the list. It's not a priority country.
But do we know what software version this is?
I'm not sure exactly what software, but it will be fixed with the new software update. It was because they said it would. They were afraid it would influence the battery, but with the new software, they have fixed it.
So it'll be software 2022, something like that.
Yeah, bro. Any Thursday it will come.
Yeah.
So, Bjørn, we have another question here. Do you follow the Chinese EV manufacturers? I guess this guy has not followed your YouTube. Which ones do you think is or will succeed?
Yeah, there is. Well, we have some in Norway at least. We have, as of today, the MG with the ZS EV and also XPeng with G3. And XPeng really stands out. Actually, also kind of stands out over other traditional car manufacturers that they have really awesome tech. The ProPilot has the potential to be really good, especially the auto parking, but also that they listen to the customers and try to make changes, and they actually have over-the-air software update that works. And they've been pushing out lots of software updates. And I also tried the P7. It's a wonderful car. It's affordable. It will be priced similar to a Model 3, but it rides and handles and had a comfort similar to a German premium car. So it's going to, once people realize how good it is for that price, it's going to sell like hotcakes. The only problem is that Western people in general, they have some kind of skepticism against Chinese products. But we see already in Norway that many people, they buy MG. I see lots of MGs in Norway. So at least many of the lower rank, maybe the people who don't have too much money, they probably don't care too much about if this is a Chinese product or not, and they seem to be super happy with the cars. So XPeng is going to kick ass.
And also, it was the same thing with Sony and all the Japanese brands back in the 70s. Everybody, that's Japanese crap, and they make pretty good TVs and what have you. Okay, so let's see. We have a question here from Terje. He says, "What are you missing going from the Model 3 to the Millenium Falcon?"
Oh, autopilot, man. I mean, in the old days, how did I live without autopilot and adaptive cruise control? I don't know. Really, I was just driving around, but like even today, I feel like my back is hurting a little bit because I have to constantly do this. So maybe I'm getting old. Maybe 7 years ago that was no problem, but it means that the autopilot is actually really good for not for driving itself, but more like take a little bit of stress off your body. But you will still, of course, you still have to focus on the road and all that. But yeah, autopilot
is number one, yeah, for sure. So we have a question from Christian. What upgrade do you think Tesla put most effort to implement?
You mean should or not sure?
Do you think Tesla put most should? Maybe it's a should. I think it should put most effort into implement. Yeah.
Ooh, well, I think okay. I'm not sure, but if software and hardware, I mean, in hardware, I think Tesla should work on two things: the more premium interior feel and the noise soundproofing. Because many Teslas they aren't very silent, so it's almost like So in my opinion, Tesla should work more on the interior quality and feel, plus also soundproofing, because it's almost like you buy a somewhat expensive product, especially a Model S and X, and it's noisy. It's almost like you buy an expensive jacket and there's just one weird thing about the jacket. Maybe it's itching or something wrong with it. Kind of, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question. So Michael here says, have any of you heard anything about updating battery packs yet? Gruber Motors says that it's possible to upgrade to a new 90 kilowatt battery from Tesla.
Yeah, I haven't heard about it, but at least when I spoke to EV services, there are some highly skilled people that used to work at Tesla. They say that it's possible. You can, well, okay, you can put a 90 pack in Millenium Falcon, but you cannot put a 100 pack because it's too heavy, and then it will trigger some safety issues, and you have to upgrade the brakes and whatever. But even I have a cousin who was so lucky that he bought an old Model S85, and then the battery pack went kaput, and he managed to get a new one. No, it was a P85, yeah. So he now has a P90. That's pretty unique. So that was replaced by Tesla. But however, if you go to Tesla and you ask, if I go to Tesla and ask for a 90 kilowatt hour upgrade, they will say it's not possible. So you have to go to Gruber or EV services, some other people to do it, but it is possible, yeah.
Okay, good. See, here we have Håkan says, the situation with the UNEC ruling is very annoying in the EU. Have you made any research in this? The last version was slightly better in certain situations. He tested it today. This is regarding the autopilot.
Yeah. Well, I live with, oh shit, I have an error message in Millenium Falcon now about the DC fast charging reduced. Yeah, but yeah, I'm supercharging right now. But yeah, I used to live with, you know, I had the AP1 in Optimus Prime. It could on those not motorway, but those country roads, it could follow the curves amazingly well back in the days, and they just nerfed it. So unfortunately, I don't know too much about the whole whatever they're doing, but I just know that the rules are too strict, and the rules are restricting the development of Tesla, or I mean the development of self-driving, really. But we talk about this in the live stream today, that when you think about this, most car manufacturers, they haven't implemented something like this. So for them, they don't care that the rules are strict because those cars can't do it anyway. So I feel almost like the German car manufacturers, they have some kind of lobby thing to try to prevent Tesla from being even better. That's just my opinion about it.
It is for sure. If you ever tried the American version, if you go to America and you try the AP in America, it runs so smooth. I was there 2 years ago, and it overtook cars, changed lanes. It's like day night compared to the European version. So
yeah,
anyway,
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I should mention that you know, in the old days when I went to US and I tried I borrowed that black Model X. It was in 2016. The AP1 there on those highways, those interstates, the AP1 would run for 15 minutes without me having to touch the steering wheel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So Jonas has a question here for you. For the Millenium Falcon, how much did the upgrades at BeatExpert and Bosch Car Service cost?
Unfortunately, I don't know, but I heard it was something between maybe around 25,000-30,000 NOK. Let's say 2,500 to 3,000 euros, roughly. But I can mention that BeatExpert, they will give a special price to Mr. Green, and the same for the Pit Stop Bilplayer. He did the refresh. They will also give a special price to Mr. Green, which is good because those companies, they get also some exposure, and then if Mr. Green doesn't pay that much, then I can maybe repair and upgrade more stuff.
Good. Helena asks you, what different kind of Tesla cars have you owned, and which one do you like the most?
Yes, very good question. Actually, I like the Model 3 the most, because the Model 3 has the most updated interior. Like even now when I'm on this trip with the old car, I'm missing door pockets or stuff to put my stuff and no storage. And also I just like the efficiency of the Model 3 and the way it how fast it charges. And especially now with the motorized liftgate, it just ticks the right boxes. So the only problem with the Model 3 is that it's very noisy. Even Millenium Falcon, pretty old car, is more quiet than the Model 3. But the Model 3 is my best. The Model 3 scores the most points in my personal list. Yeah,
I totally agree. I did the Model S 85, 160,000 kilometers. Then I did the X90D, 160,000 kilometers. Then I got the Model S now. I'm at 100,000. The Model 3 is just crazy. I'm just thinking when Model Y comes, it would blow everything out of the water. What do you think? What about the Model Y?
Yeah. You see, the problem with Model 3 is that it has somewhat limited space, and that prevents many people from buying it, because many people nowadays, they want SUV or crossover. So the Model Y will tick even more boxes. It can tow more, it can do that. I'm also hoping that the Model Y will be slightly more quiet, because it's a different shape and so on.
Oh,
But I also think that the Model S refresh will also be really good, because they will fix some of the problems with the classic Model S with the interior quality and layout design and stuff. Yeah.
okay. Here's a short question about third-party charger in Norway. How long will it take when it's charged or repaired? With all the models, I can answer that. You will get up to 130 if you get CCS. So it's the same for Norway as well. Arttu has a question here. What about the software? What would you wish Tesla would prioritize in development?
Actually, I would if I could speak directly to the software department at Tesla, I would say, those farting sound and kind of useless sound when you're driving. It's funny, but it's not really that important. Focus more on, for example, waypoints in navigation. And I mean, I had a pretty long list of software updates I suggested, and Tesla might have implemented only a fraction of those. So, I mean, I'm not the one to say that Tesla should implement all of these, but I think many people agree with my suggestion. I don't remember what it was now, but Tesla could make the car so much better. I mean, it's already really good. Like if you compare to other car brands, like, so I remember just one example. e-tron people asked in the e-tron group that, hey, why can't we get a Sentry mode or a dash cam mode, because we have the cameras there and we have the computer here. So, and no, they don't implement it. So you see, Tesla has come really far by pushing the software beyond what it was supposed to be designed for. So I think Tesla can make the software even better. Just cut out those silly fart sounds or whatever, Easter eggs.
Okay, we have another question coming in here on the side from Vigdis. What do you like better in the Millenium Falcon than the Model 3?
Oh, good question. Actually, the ride in Millenium Falcon is better. That's the first thing I noticed when I came. Sorry, the ride. Can you guys hear me well, by the way?
Yeah, the ride?
The ride.
Yeah, the ride. The ride quality.
Yeah.
Because the Model 3 is too, especially the performance is too hard, too harsh, too unrefined. But of course, really good for tracking. But for daily driving, it's a little bit hard, especially if you drive with 20-inch wheels. So that's the first thing I noticed. But also the overall the space, and again the noise level in the Model S is better than Model 3. But I think other than that, really, the Model 3 seems to be better refined in many ways. Yeah.
Okay, good. The question that came in here earlier was the question regarding third-party chargers. We know that when a charger at a Tesla supercharger station is down, it will be fixed with just 1 or 2 days. But sometimes when you at third-party chargers, you call in and say this is broken, and it's could have been broken for 1-2 months, very, very long. What is your experience with third-party charging?
Well, first, what I should say is that for Tesla, it doesn't take 1 to 2 days to fix it. Sometimes it might take longer, but usually not that long. When it comes to third-party chargers, they can be down for months. Like, I've seen some chargers down half a year or something. It's almost ridiculous how long it takes. And the problem is that those charge point operators like Fortum and talk, well, that's the old name. They can only go to the hardware producers, usually ABB or FSEC or something, and then it almost to me sounds like they don't have the like they almost don't care about fixing it fast, and if it's some kind of warranty issue, so it's like, but for Tesla, since they own the whole network and they have the hardware, they want to get those chargers up and running as soon as possible. So see, it's almost like you have too many. In Norway, we say "you flere kokker, you mer søl." The more chefs, the more mess. So they don't have the same way of fixing things because they don't seem to care. So it's actually pretty bad some places, and it makes the whole experience for other EVs worse than it could be. I mean, I actually thought about this the other day when you guys talk about it, that there should even be a law that a public charger, especially the ones that the Norwegian government has been paid, to support to build, those chargers should not be down for more than whatever. And if it's down too long, then there would be a daily, daily bøter,
Fine.
daily fine to the charge point company or something, so they get it fixed fast.
True. So good. We have a question coming in here from August Johansson. The Model 3 Standard Range Plus is very nicely priced, but can one expect lower charging speeds compared to the long range due to smaller battery and such?
Yeah, I tested the charging yesterday, so I'm sitting on the data, and yes, it charges slower. I've seen it. It charges slower. It actually seems like it charges slower than the old Standard Range Plus. So I expect that Tesla is doing the exact same thing they're doing with other batteries, also the long range with the heat pump, which is that they will gather data, and then soon enough, when they have enough data, they will increase the charging speed. But even with the slow-ish charging speed today, even the Standard Range Plus, okay, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna reveal it, but I've done the range test and I've done the charging test, and according to my calculation, the newest Standard Range Plus will do 1,000 kilometer challenge in about 10 hours and 20 minutes to 10.5 hours, which means that it's as good as the old one, but it's more efficient. So you shouldn't be concerned about charging speed on the Standard Range Plus.
I mean, yeah, and even as we heard it, like 175 kilowatts is pretty fast. It's really, really fast. Christian coming in. Pardon?
I should mention I didn't hit 165. I only hit 165 yesterday, not 175 at Ionity.
Okay, but that is the maximum then. So Christian here, which is the nicest charging point that you have visited?
Oh, I don't really have any good preference really. For me, I don't care. Most of the time, I don't care. For example, as the supercharger at Sandane is really nice. It's by a lake, and it's nice and beautiful there. The only problem is that it's not close to some eating place and gas station. So for me, I actually prefer Circle K Dal, which is open 24/7. It's not that nice, but it has the stuff I need.
Good. I guess here's coming from Tinneberg. Do you think current electric cars are priced well? For instance, the ID3 is overpriced compared to Model 3.
Well, I think I don't know. This is speculations, but I think now we are starting to see the stuff that Tesla has been working on for so many years, because they use those cheaper cylindrical cells, and they can produce batteries cheaper, and they have been refining, like you guys have seen in Monroe's video, how Tesla is trying to cut cost and single stamp a piece of the chassis or something. So I think this is the result of Tesla making the cars cheaper and cheaper. So I would say that it's not the ID3 that is expensive. It's the Tesla that they have managed to make very affordable. I wouldn't say cheap, but affordable. So the same goes for not only for ID3, but also if you look at the Korean cars and like e-Soul or all those cars, they are expensive-ish compared to Model 3.
Yeah. So, but what about the new Ioniq? Ioniq 5, is it?
Yeah.
Do you know where that will be on the market?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It looks promising, and I don't want to speculate too much about it until I tested it. But knowing Ioniq and Hyundai, that's going to be some good shit.
Okay, good. Good. So I'm just going to recap here so I don't miss any questions. Let me see here now. Kim would like more trip counters, view logs, passenger saving sets. Yeah, that's true. Let's see now. New comments coming in here. Okay, here you go. One from Michael Jensen. Do you see the same vampire drain in other EVs?
Good question. Actually, I don't. Except for maybe Polestar, I saw a little bit of it, but I don't think that's a big problem. Tesla seems to be awake more than other cars. And the thing so I actually don't know exactly why, but it could also be that Tesla is one of the few cars that has fully working OTA, I mean software update. Other car brands, they claim they have it, but they don't really have it all the way. Like Porsche, you still have to go to the dealership to do some updates. Even Volkswagen, I talked to them. They can do most updates, but then some deeper updates needs to go to the dealership. And maybe Tesla, since they have fully implemented it, when I did some vampire drain test, many times the test was kind of messed up because there was a software update by the end of the halfway in the test. So Tesla is keeping the car alive for some reason, even if you don't wake it up, something. And then also, I think Tesla also takes care of the battery and takes care of the 12 volt, which then costs a little bit of drainage. But on the other hand, you almost never hear about Teslas having 12 volt problems after parking for 2 weeks, but all the time you hear about that with other brands. Especially the i3 group. It's so funny when people ask about something and they say it's a 12 volt. So yeah, I'm just saying that. Yeah, I mean, ideally Tesla, I would see Tesla maybe having slightly less drain than it has, but it has come to the point where it's not that big of a problem. It seems to be worse before in the old days, but they have mitigated the problem.
Yeah, they for sure are good. So what do you think? When will we see the Model Y in Norway? What are your predictions?
Oh, it depends on how fast they build it in Big Giga Berlin and so on. But I don't think it will arrive this summer. My gut feeling, maybe towards the end of this year, hopefully we will see it. So maybe maybe I don't know, Q4. No,
Q4.
wild guess.
Yeah, that's my prediction as well. What about the Cybertruck?
Well, yeah. It's almost like asking, what about the Roadster? But who knows? Elon time. Like it seems like it's just it seems like they are not focusing too hard on it. They're focusing more on the mass market. So again, I have no idea which one will arrive first, Cybertruck or Roadster. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you put down a deposit for Cybertruck?
No, I actually don't understand why I need one, but maybe one day the need will change, because a wise man once said that I didn't need Model X. I remember I said I didn't need Model X, I didn't want it, and then eventually I had it. So maybe one day I'll get a Cybertruck to do some crazy stuff with it.
It's the same experience I have with the Model X. I thought it was ugly when it came out, and I was never gonna have it. And then I sat in it and said I can't live without it. So Kim, you have a question there?
Oh, just curious. Now we're talking cars and cars and cars. How many cars do you have, Bjørn?
Well, actually, technically, I only own one car, which is Millenium Falcon. That's it. But I've been borrowing the Model 3 Standard Range Plus from Marcus Bil. And also, when you see those other cars, most of them are from Marcus Bil. The Leaf, also the Soul I've been borrowing. So Marcus, he has so many cars. So that's super nice that he lends me the cars. And then also, these other cars you see, those are press cars. Yeah, from various, like the ID3, ID4 or something. Those are press cars. But I only have one car today. It's kind of weird, but sometimes you see pictures of me with 3 cars in front of the house. Yeah.
Good. And then you have what, 2 roasters in the loot box or what? Waiting, coming up?
Yeah, roadsters are coming one day. Hopefully next year.
On Thursday. So we have another question coming in here. What are your favorite apps on the phone besides the Tesla app? Obviously, what are your favorite apps to use for your Teslas?
Oh well, a better route planner, because
a better route planner,
yeah, because a better route planner will highly accurately estimate the consumption for me. Because many times I calculate, and then I get tired of calculating, and I find out that a better route planner gives you pretty accurate results. So, yeah.
Do you use it in the car or in the phone?
Oh no, I use it in the phone. I never use it in the car. You mean the browser, right? I almost never use the car browser, even not in Model 3.
Okay. No, it's I don't know if it's still active, but the Waze I use, if you can have that isn't it's called Waze? You put that in the browser when you go there, and it would tell you which routes to take if it's a different if it's an accident thing. So yeah, please, if anybody that listens have a good app, please put them up in the chat. But I will put down a better route planner. Of course, that came from you, Bjørn. Waze, somebody says here. Yeah, he says Waze. That is also good. We'll put that up here. Waze. That's a good one. And we have a better route planner. Yeah. When do you think that will be implemented in Tesla?
Good question. You guys probably saw it recently. Polestar 2 has it in there. Yeah. So about third-party apps, I stopped hoping really for it. It seems like Tesla is being a little bit restrictive about what they want to allow in there. So who knows when it will be implemented? We could again, like I talked about earlier, Tesla could be so much better with software. They can implement it's called the Easy Park. They also have it in Polestar, and they could have lots of other cool app that makes the whole experience beyond any other car, with apps.
I mean, yeah, just look at that with the parking situation with the Polestar. That is so good, and you can also pay for charging through Easy Park.
Oh,
yep, really smooth. Imagine having that in your Tesla.
Yeah, it's
just crazy. So here we go. Christian has plugs here. Oh, we're 5 minutes due, guys. So we're popping in 1 or 2 more questions before we're letting go. So which issue? Let's say plug share. That's a let's see. Aziz says, which app would you love to be able to use in your car, Tesla car natively? I think we had the question kind of earlier, but if you would like to answer that one.
Well, actually, there is no app I would like. I mean, most of the apps I will use it on my phone instead. because I usually want the Tesla screen to be used for navigation or music or something. I don't want to take up a precious space there, except for with the app, you then get, like I've seen with Polestar, you then get access to the BMS. So one app that would be useful in Tesla is some kind of, Scan My Tesla. If they make Scan My Tesla for Tesla natively, we can suddenly then see battery temperature, all the stats, what's going on in the BMS. We'd like to see that without having to hook in. Like now, we have to hook up OBD adapter. You need a phone to display it. So Scan My Tesla. But Tesla will probably not allow it.
No, I don't think they will allow you. So Lars here says, I'm using power cruise control for planning long trips. Will soon come for Tesla. Oh, okay. Is that kind of like a better route planner, maybe? I never heard of it.
Yeah.
What? Cool.
I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to kind of match a better route planning, because they have. I spoke to them, and they have millions of users, which means that the more data they have, the more accurate the estimations will be. So, yeah, a better route planner is in a really good position now because they have so many users.
Cool. Yeah. Here's another one. Do you use Teslafy or similar services?
I also get that question a lot, and I don't use it because the features that Teslafy gives me is not really. I don't care too much about it. And what I use, I mean, a better route planner gives me some of those features, but a better route planner then integrates the car's live data, as if it's a Tesla, with navigation. And that's what I'm using it for. So, and another problem with those apps like Teslafy is that I think they could keep the car awake, which again increases drain. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. What about for your Apple Watch? Do you use any apps for that?
No, I don't use Apple products.
Okay. Well, your smart watch then. You have any apps for that one?
I actually don't use a smartwatch. I never use a watch anymore. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, Kim, you have the last question here.
Well, it's just an add-on to what Bjørn just said. I also haven't used anything, but now I'm using this True Energy app that we have a collaboration with. But I never wanted to use these third-party apps because these login credentials I give out, in the wrong hands, they could be into a Tesla app, and then you can open the car and even drive it. So I've been lobbying for like 3 years now for Tesla to actually have a different set of login credentials that are limited, so you can use those for third-party apps, but not be able to start or open the car and stuff like that. But it's an up on the hill question.
It is for sure. So what could you at the end here, Tesla, Bjørn? What would you like to send to all the viewers here? What kind of advice? And what are your predictions for this year, the rest of this year, according to Tesla? What do you think will happen?
Oh, what will happen? Well, I think not too interesting stuff will happen this year. It's just Tesla will just keep delivering cars and sell them. I don't think there's any sudden announcement. Wow, we suddenly have this new car or something. So, but I could be wrong. Tesla, they are always working on something. But it sounds to me like the battery day happened last year. So not much going on. Other than that, maybe Giga Berlin will be finished, and there probably lots of news about Giga Berlin and the structural batteries coming soon. But I can say that the future is looking pretty bright for Tesla. They've been building a foundation over many, many years. And like we talked about earlier today, that some people are wondering why are the other cars so expensive? No, it's not. It's just that Tesla managed to make things cost efficient. And not only with cars, you see also supercharger network. They're cheap. In Norway, we pay, now the price has gone up, but we pay way lower price on the supercharger than equivalent high power chargers. And it's just going to be like that. Yeah. So I think actually the gap, like the lead that Tesla has been having, might be there for a long time, car manufacturers, they will actually struggle to catch up with Tesla.
True.
Yeah.
We have one more question regarding that from Hamid. He says, do you think the lifetime of EV cars is longer than petroleum cars?
Well, yeah, it should be. Or I mean, it shouldn't be any different, really. It just depends on the battery, how long you want to keep it alive, because petrol engines also need at one point, I guess it will, you need to, it will die, right? And the battery will also go to the point where it's, like I said in the Leaf battery, when you have only 75% of the capacity left, then it kind of sucks. But you can then hopefully change some modules, then fix it. But so again, back to the question. Well, I think it's more or less the same, because you have to fix it eventually. Also, EVs, they don't live forever. I also feel like the Millenium Falcon, okay, it's good, but the battery department is it's struggling a little bit. Yeah.
Good. We're running out of time here, so I'm just gonna put up this one. We're thanking everybody for joining and being a part of the acceleration to the world to transition to sustainable energy. And thank you, Bjørn, for doing this. I hope we can do it again in the fall. We'll do a recap and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we will see you broadcasting live from a Model Y. Let's do that. And thank you, everybody, for tonight. It's been an honor to having you.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.